So guys, I think I might have figured it out. So I walked to the, after the front, I'm like, okay, last place I did anything was the back tires. I put new calipers and rotors on like a long time ago. Well, not like a long time ago. But I reached in and I'm like, wow, there's one hell of a notch right here. This brake's working really hard. I'm wondering, and I thought wrong at first. I was like, I wonder if all that pressure is trying to go to this one and it's leaking, but this brake is getting most of the pressure, which I'm wrong. I realize that means this one's taking all the braking, and since it doesn't match, we'll go ahead and walk around. Because I walked over and I stuck my finger up in here, and I was like, huh, I can't really see it. It's like, but there's not a lip here really. I was like, this one's just barely even worn. What it probably means, you guys probably can't see it, but this is wet. I think I found it. So I'll pop this tire off and we'll take a look. I wanted to show you real quick. There's different settings on here, and the auto setting is really nice. Then it's all the Ugga Duggas and then reduced from there, but the auto setting is really nice. So I figured I'd show you guys real quick up close. But uh-oh. I went the wrong way. Nice and easy. Alright, so sprayed all this with Blake Clean. This was wet, this was wet, all this was wet. I'm not sure if it's from the bleeder, which, I mean, could be this boot, because for some reason this boot looks funny. I don't know. I don't see a tear necessarily. Just looks dirty. But all this was wet. So I'm going to set up this camera and I'm going to video, not just for you guys, but so I can look back at the video and see if I can see a leak. So I'm going to go fire up the car, run the leak, or see if I can find the leak, press the brakes a few times, see if we can figure this out. Did you guys see anything? I don't know. Just go ahead and... This seems more... I don't know. Let's see. Alright, so if you guys seen, right in there, could have been some brake clean squishing back and forth, but it looked really wet. And now, like, I can kind of smell that brake fluidy smell back in this corner. It's still not dripping. There's no more drips or nothing. So I'm going to spray this clean again, and then I'm going to go ahead and tear it apart, and we'll go over that here in a minute. I bought tool trays and I didn't even bring them over here. Oh, can't reach it with the impact on that one. Not without another doohickey I bought that I didn't grab. Ooh, maybe. Alright, sadly I gotta use my flashlight on my camera because I haven't bought actual lights and my garage sucks and has no electricity. So if I find something, which I'm thinking right there, looks pretty bad, so I'll be right back. Alright, so what I figured out is I started to back this back in, and when I squished a little bit and had some pressure, a bunch of fluid came out of the seal. So I don't know where in this seal it's leaking, but apparently when it's under a certain amount of pressure, it'll leak a little bit, and that's why, if I remember correctly, the back brakes get a little bit less pressure from the master cylinder than the front brakes do. I don't know for sure. I'm not an actual mechanic. I just what I've heard before. So what's probably happening is under normal low braking, the front takes most of the brunt and the back doesn't really have to do much, so it barely leaks. When you hit the brakes really hard, this is the weak point, and when it reaches a certain pressure, it's leaking out of the seal, and the driver's side is doing most of the braking in the rear. That's why there's no real lip here yet, and the pads look good enough. It's probably from like just the oil leaking onto the pads and you making them soft, so it's making them deteriorate faster. But yeah, so I'm gonna go get a new one of these and then have fun trying to hook these up. Alright, first I had to get the caliper free from the caliper bracket and got that all set up. So now that's off. Now I want to get the emergency brake set up and then essentially do anything with the fluids last, so I lose the least amount of fluid possible. But I think I know why the caliper went bad. It's because at some point the brake pad got wedged and it's got uneven wear, and I think that tweaked the cylinder and the caliper and caused it to break seal. So now I gotta go back uptown and get brake pads, but I want to go ahead and get this part done first, you know, just in case I have any more issues I come up with. I already took the spring off. I just have to get the emergency brake off. I'm gonna fight with that. It should come right off. This thing is pretty rusted. Not full Michigan rusted like I would expect it to be, but it's still pretty rusted. So I'll mess with this and we'll come back. Alright, see this little feller? There was like a safety clippy piece on there, and it's back on there, but I couldn't see it underneath all the grud and nasties on the other one, so I was fighting with it for a while, and I literally popped it up with a screwdriver, and then this piece came out, and since I already took the spring off of the old one, it just pulled out. And then this one you had to compress really tight, pull some of the wire out, and then now the emergency brake is hooked back up. Now I got to put the caliper bracket on after checking fitment of all the little clips and pins that go the slides for the actual brake pad. Then I still gotta go get the brake pads, but I'm gonna check fitment and file if I need to, and I'll show you guys that if it needs an excessive amount. There, now we got the bracket on, got all my clips on. The clips snap right in. Usually I fight with them, and I think I figured out why is because I'm an idiot. The clips are in, bracket's tightened down. Now I just need to put the pads in and swap over the brake line, and then after it's together, then I'll bleed it, but I'll get there in a minute. So just slip it right in there. Bloop. this one, put it back here. Try and get the tab down the bottom. Go. I just gotta take these bolts off and bolt this back up, and then it'll be time to bleed them. So that's it for this one, guys. Hopefully that caliper leaking was all my issues. If not, then we'll touch base on this again. But it was nice to be able to look around and find out, like, okay, one side of the car is wearing, the other side's not. So apparently the other side that's not wearing isn't getting the hydraulic pressure it needs to actually activate the brakes, so it's not wearing at all. I did find that one piece that was, it looked like it cocked sideways, that one pad. So it's probably what it was. The pad cocked sideways, the cylinder pushed against it, and then it caused it to tweak itself, broke seal, and then slowly leaked. And hopefully this will fix it. But thanks a lot if you've been watching this whole thing. Please like, share, subscribe. Hopefully we'll have some more content, and we'll keep doing DIY stuff like this. You know, little things you can do around your house to save yourself some money. I don't know how much this would have cost, but it was like 180 bucks. Then I had a $70 core, so I got like 110 bucks back. And I bought that little square tool you see me put in the toolbox, which apparently I didn't need, because it's for compressing a caliper, which we'll probably do again later. But apparently I didn't need that. That was like a $15 tool. I did have to go get more pads with 25 bucks, and it was 2 sets. So technically I have parts for next time. So if you like this stuff, please let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you guys like seeing stuff like this, or whether you'd like to see me keep it to like the bigger projects, like the old Cummins over there and stuff like that. So, all right, see you next time.